Hey, what's up, y'all? And well, it is time to do my college football top 25 going into week 8. So, anyway, I guess we should start out with some teams that I thought about putting in, some others receiving votes. Well, we did have Liberty. Yeah, they're 6-0. We did have Clemson at 4-2. Yeah, that we also considered. Um, let's see. Yeah, I think I think that's about it. That's about everyone. I considered, I guess, really just Liberty and Clemson. So, but anyway, yes. Now let's put up. And also teams that I threw out. I did kick out Kansas for losing to Oklahoma State, Maryland after they lost to Illinois, right? Kentucky after they lost to Missouri, Washington State after getting obliterated by Arizona, UCLA after losing to Oregon State. So, anyways, now let's talk about I'm gonna put up the first 5, right? So 25 through 21. I'm gonna start out at number 25 and number 24. We do have 2 group of 5 teams new to the poll. For the first time, we do have James Madison at number 25 and Air Force at number 24. James Madison is coming off a win. A blowout win over Georgia Southern, and Air Force beat Wyoming. Um, same team that beat Texas Tech and Fresno State. So, this Wyoming is probably their best win for James Madison. I mean, it's their best win really against Virginia, who they beat by 1 point, but they did get a win over a Power 5 team. So, anyway, meanwhile, Air Force has played no Power 5 games. However, I thought that the Air Force has just looked a little bit more dominant than James Madison. James Madison has been in a lot of close games. So, this week, James Madison is at Marshall on Thursday night. We got Air Force plays at Navy. All right, number 23, we do have we do have Oklahoma State and yeah, they're new to the poll. Yeah, coming off of back-to-back wins. They did beat Kansas State, and now last week they did beat Kansas. So, this week they do play at West Virginia, and then at number 22 I do have Iowa, and their only loss is to Penn State. So, but they did just get a big win last week over Wisconsin. So, and this week they do host Minnesota. So, and now next we've got Missouri at number 22. Get back in the poll. They are 6-1, coming off a win against Kentucky, and they also have a win over Kansas State. So, and then they had their only loss was a close loss to LSU. They do host South Carolina this week. So, anyway, so let's move on to the next 10. So let's do 20 through 11. Now, at number 20, I do have Southern Cal. I did drop them from number 11. All 9 places all the way down to number 20 after getting blown out by Notre Dame. I mean USC just got exposed. I think that the Encore Heisman campaign is over for Caleb Williams. Yeah, this week they do play. They do host Utah. So anyway, since now we've got in number 19, we've got Notre Dame. Let's see, yes, and Notre Dame is of course coming off a win, a big win over USC. They also have a big win against Duke, and their only loss was to their one loss was to Louisville. So it did move Notre Dame up 3 spots from 22 to 19, and now I have Louisville at 18. I still have to have Louisville ahead of Notre Dame because they beat Notre Dame, and they both have 1 loss. So even though yes, Louisville got humiliated by Pitt. So and then I think they're off this week. So I have Louisville at 18, who beat Notre Dame, and then Notre Dame beat USC. So I have them at 20. Now at number 17, I do have Utah following their blowout win against Cal. Yeah, this was their best performance offensively so far. They scored a season high 34 points. Actually, this was actually the best performance that Utah has had. They also do have a win over UCLA, and their 1 loss is to Oregon State. So, and then so I moved them up 2 spots from 19 to 17. And let's see, we do have Oregon State up 2 spots from 18 to 16. Oregon State coming off of a win against UCLA. They also have a win over Utah, and they're with their loss being to Washington State. So anyway, now let's talk about number 15. We got Duke. Did move them up 2 spots from 17 to 15. They are coming off a blowout win over NC State. However, they were without Riley Leonard. They do have Henry Bellin IV taking over for him, but I mean he really played terrible against NC State. So and then this week they have to play Wake Forest, and I think that they're screwed if Riley Leonard they don't get Riley Leonard back this week, which it looks like they're probably not going to. So anyway, they do have just their one loss to Notre Dame. I guess probably their best win is probably against Clemson. So, but anyway, and then let's see, number 14 up from number 16 to number 14, 2 spots. They do have LSU. They're coming off of a blowout win against Auburn. Guess their offense looked good, defense looked good. So, and then they do have their losses to Florida State and Ole Miss, and is their best win is over Mizzou. So anyway, yeah, this week they do play Army. Let's see, now moving on, number 13, we have Tennessee, up 2 spots from 15, coming off of their win over Texas A&M, who's their best win. Yes, probably, I guess, is A&M. Yeah, and yeah, so anyway, and now this week they got to play at Alabama. Now at number 12, up 2 spots from 14, I do have Ole Miss. And what did Ole Miss do? Guess they were off last week. The week before that, they beat Arkansas, and their best win would be against Ole Miss. So against Ole Miss, I guess they also beat Tulane. I think Tulane is now ranked in the AP poll. So they do have the one loss to Alabama, and this week they host Auburn. So, and then at number 11, I do have Oregon. I did knock them down. I had them at number 2, so I knocked them down nine places to number 11 after a close loss at Washington by a field goal. That, of course, being their only loss. Yes, but what is Oregon's best win though? I mean, is it? I mean, they really hadn't played anyone until they played Washington. Is it like Texas Tech, their best win, or Stanford? I mean, but anyway, let's see. Okay, so now it's time for the top 10. Let's see, at number 10, we do have North Carolina. Undefeated. Were they 6-0 or 7-0? Yes, 7-0, I think. Anyway, of course, last week they did beat Miami, and now this week they have Virginia. So, and then what's North Carolina's best win? Is it Miami? Yeah, I'm trying to think of who else they've played, but I mean, I think that at this point, yeah, if you're undefeated, then you deserve to be in the top 10. So, anyway, so next we do have number 9. We do have Alabama, and yeah, they're coming off of guess they barely I had them at number 10 last week, but they barely scraped by Arkansas, beat them by a field goal. They also beat Texas A&M the week before that, and they also have a win over Ole Miss. It's probably their best win, and they do still have the one loss to Texas. This week they do host Tennessee, and then at number 8, I do have Texas. They do have the big win against Alabama. Yeah, that's their best win. And then let's see. Yeah, they were off last week, but the week before that they lost a close game to Oklahoma. So I think this week they play Houston. So let's see it. At number 7, we do have Florida State. With their big wins against LSU and Clemson. So, but I mean, I don't really think they belong in the top 4 right now. Barely scraping by. Unranked Clemson. Boston College, although they have gotten a little been doing better over the last couple of weeks, but it's coming off of a curb stomping of Syracuse. So and then this week they do a big game against Duke. So and then let's see. At number 6, I do have Oklahoma. They were off last week, but the week before that, they did get the win over Texas. Yeah, that's their best win, no doubt. So yeah, and this week they play Central Florida. All right, now into the top 5. Number 5, I do have Michigan. They just came off of a completely demolished Indiana. The week before that, they completely demolished Minnesota. So yeah, they've been playing really good football lately. And then at number 4, I do have Ohio State, coming off of their win against they play. Yes, a blowout win over Purdue. And then the week before that, they blew out Maryland. That's one of their good wins. I guess their best win was against Notre Dame, and I feel like that's really what's separating Michigan and Ohio State right now is that Ohio State just has good wins. Michigan really hadn't really played anybody. So and now the top 3, I did. Okay, I guess we'll start with number 1. I did put Washington at number 1. I said last week that whoever wins between Oregon and Washington, I was going to put them at number 1. So yeah, I've got Washington at number 1. And right now, Michael Penix is the front runner to win the Heisman Trophy. So he's in the driver's seat. So and then he's number 1 in the Heisman odds. And I did put Penn State at number 2 and Georgia at number 3. Well, Penn State has just blown out everyone they've played. I mean, they've been covering the spread. I guess they have covered the spread every single week. They're the only team that has done that. So, and then and now this week they do play Ohio State. Now whoever wins to Ohio State, I think is I'm probably going to put it number 1. That's why I decided to go ahead and leave Georgia at number Penn State at number 2, because next week that would put Winston, Penn State and Ohio State number 1 and Washington number 2. So I'd be be leaving Georgia at number 3. Of course, we're not going to play this week, so don't really get a chance to do anything. Of course, we are coming off of that blowout win against Vanderbilt. I guess our best win is against Kentucky, who was undefeated at the time, and we just completely demolished them. So, okay, but anyways, that is going to be it. So let me know what you think in the comments below, and thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all again next time.